We've seen small teams with just 3 heroes, but we've also witnessed massive lineups capable of bringing together a true army of Rangers fighting side by side, and that's exactly what we're diving into today. The teams that pushed the limits when it comes to numbers. Which seasons dared to throw even more colors onto the screen? If you're a big fan of Power Rangers and Super Sentai, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of our content. Alright, so today, we're revisiting the seasons that had the largest teams in the entire franchise. Get ready, because this list is packed, and some surprises will definitely catch you off guard. Power Rangers RPM. In 2009, Power Rangers decided to take a very different path. While many seasons leaned into lighthearted adventures, Power Rangers RPM brought us a post-apocalyptic setting. The world had been taken over by a computer virus called Venjix, which managed to control nearly all of Earth's technology. With machines dominating the planet, humanity was reduced to a single surviving city, Corinth, protected by a massive dome. Inside this last refuge, the Resistance was born, led by the brilliant yet mysterious Dr. K, creator of the technology that would become the RPM Rangers. This season stands out not only for its darker tone, but also for the size of its team. Throughout the story, we see 7 Rangers fighting side by side, something rare in the franchise up to that point. The Black Ranger, Dylan, is perhaps the most mysterious character of the season. With no memory of his past and parts of his body transformed by Venjix's tech, he constantly battles the fear of losing his humanity while holding on to the hope of finding out who he really is. Dylan embodies the inner struggle between light and darkness. The Green Ranger, Ziggy Grover, starts out as comic relief, but over time proves that his kindness and courage run much deeper than his clumsy demeanor. Once a petty thief, Ziggy struggles with insecurity, but wins the trust of his teammates and shows that being a ranger isn't about being perfect, it's about heart. The Yellow Ranger, Summer Lansdowne, begins as a girl from a wealthy background, used to a life of comfort, but tragedy and necessity force her to grow into a selfless and brave warrior. Summer represents transformation, the idea that anyone can rise up and fight for something greater than themselves. The Red Ranger is Scott Truman, a young military pilot burdened with the weight of leadership. Determined, courageous, and marked by a deep sense of responsibility, Scott becomes the backbone of the team, always willing to sacrifice himself for his friends and the city. The Blue Ranger, Flynn McAllister, is the team's mechanic. Kind-hearted, optimistic, and full of determination, Flynn is someone who believes in heroes and works every day to live up to that ideal. His loyalty and technical expertise make him indispensable. Later, the twins, Jem and Gemma, arrive as the Gold and Silver Rangers. Created in a secret lab called Alphabet Soup, they were experimented on before escaping and joining the fight against Venjix. Bursting with energy, constantly finishing each other's sentences, the twins bring a unique dynamic and become crucial in the final stretch of the story. The big moment when the team finally reaches full formation happens in episode 15, Ghosts. The arrival of Jem and Gemma is tense at first. Their explosive personalities and chaotic energy clash with the core team, but as the threat escalates, there's no choice but to fight together. The battle in this episode is electrifying. For the first time, all 7 Rangers stand united in combat, showing the strength of a team that feels complete at last. That said, it's worth pointing out that throughout the season, even though Jem and Gemma often fought alongside the team, the camera didn't always frame all 7 Rangers together in the same shot. That's why I also want to highlight episode 30, Endgame, where multiple times we do get to see them all lined up side by side. In the end, Power Rangers RPM became memorable not only for its darker, more mature storytelling, but also for showing how a large team can still feel cohesive, emotional, and full of purpose. Each Ranger carries their own importance and personal journey, making the whole story that much richer.
Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. Power Rangers Cosmic Fury is the 30th season of the franchise and serves as a direct continuation of Power Rangers Dino Fury. It also carries an important milestone, as it became the final season set within the original continuity that began all the way back in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. The story centers on the return of Lord Zed, more powerful than ever, forcing the Rangers to leave Earth and journey across the cosmos in a desperate attempt to stop him and save the universe. The new lineup of Rangers in this season features 7 members, each with unique roles and challenges that help shape the team as a whole. Amelia Jones becomes the first woman in the history of the show to take on the mantle of the Red Ranger. Previously the Pink Ranger in Dino Fury, Amelia is a journalist full of courage and determination, and her leadership proves essential as the battles against Zed intensify. Zato, who once led the team as the Red Ranger, evolves into the Zenith Ranger. With his vast alien knowledge and centuries of experience, he becomes both a warrior and a mentor, guiding the others while facing his own personal transformations. Izzy Garcia continues as the Green Ranger, bringing her athleticism, competitive drive, and sharp instincts to the team. Her brother Javi returns as the Black Ranger, balancing his artistic soul with his combat skills, making him an essential ally in every fight. The Gold Ranger Ion adds his interdimensional background and unique powers, giving the group valuable perspective and strength against cosmic threats. Fern joins the roster as the first official Orange Ranger in the TV series, a groundbreaking addition that symbolizes the constant evolution of the franchise. Finally, Ali Akana remains the Blue Ranger, though his story is one of the most traumatic of the season. For much of the journey, he falls under the influence of Lord Zed and becomes an enemy to his own friends. His eventual redemption and return to the team mark one of the defining turning points of the season, completing the 7-member lineup. One of the greatest highlights of Cosmic Fury is the return of Billy Cranston, the original Blue Ranger from Mighty Morphin. Once again portrayed by David Yost, Billy acts as a mentor to the new generation, helping them adapt to their evolving powers while providing wisdom and guidance during key battles. His presence ties the past and present together, giving the season a sense of closure and legacy. Among the many episodes of Cosmic Fury, one that stands out is Episode 7, Operation Seasoning. In its opening moments, the Rangers are shown inside their Megazord flying through space, a sequence filled with stunning visuals that place all of them together in split-screen shots. By the end of the episode, the team is even joined by Billy as the Blue Ranger and Heckle as the Dark Ranger. However, despite their importance, these appearances are more like guest contributions and not official members of this team's roster. Interestingly, the series never truly gives us a full scene where all 7 Rangers fight together at once. The closest moment arrives in the finale, the end, where the team is reunited, but Zato is no longer fighting as a Ranger, having ascended to become a Morphin Master. This detail keeps Cosmic Fury in the same category as RPM, a season remembered for having 7 Rangers in its formation. In the end, Cosmic Fury will always be remembered as a historic moment for the franchise. Not only does it close out 3 decades of storytelling in the original timeline, but it also embraces diversity, delivers groundbreaking firsts like the Orange Ranger, and brings beloved legacy characters back into the fold. It is both a celebration of the past and a bold step into new territory, proving that even after 30 years, Power Rangers still knows how to surprise its audience. Power Rangers Mystic Force. In 2006, the world of Power Rangers took on an entirely new style with the arrival of Power Rangers Mystic Force. As the 14th season in the franchise, it stood out by introducing elements of magic, mythology, and fantasy, setting itself apart from everything that came before. Set in the fictional city of Briarwood, the story follows a group of young heroes chosen by the sorceress Udana to defend both the human world and the magical realm against the forces of darkness. At the center of it all is the Master of Darkness, a terrifying villain whose ambition is to conquer every dimension. The team of Mystic Force is made up of 8 members, each with their own powers and personal journeys. Nick, the Red Ranger, begins as someone reluctant to accept the existence of magic, but over time he embraces his destiny as leader. Later, it's revealed that his true name is Bowen, the long-lost son of Udana and Leanbow, a revelation that completely reshapes his role in the final confrontation. Chip, the Yellow Ranger, is a superhero enthusiast whose fascination with legends turns into a surprising strength. His light-based powers, optimism, and comic relief give the team an energy that balances the darker themes of the season. Madison, the Blue Ranger, is the heart of the group, quiet, kind, and perceptive, always able to see beyond appearances. One of her most important moments comes when she overcomes her fear of frogs and breaks a powerful curse with a kiss, which restores the legendary Solaris Knight, Daggeron, to his true form. Vita, her sister and the Pink Ranger, is fiery and passionate, a stark contrast to Madison. She struggles with her own identity, even rejecting her Ranger color at first, and faces one of the most dramatic arcs when she is briefly manipulated and turned into a vampire by the underworld's forces, before ultimately reclaiming her place on the team. Xander, the Green Ranger, acts as the team's second-in-command. Charismatic and loyal, He often provides comic relief, but also proves to be a strong, dependable presence in battle. Then there's Daggeron, the Solaris Knight, who stands apart from the younger Rangers as a legendary warrior bound to a mystical lamp housing his genie-like partner, Genji. Having once been cursed and transformed into a frog, Daggeron brings wisdom, discipline, and a sense of gravity to the team. Udana herself becomes the White Mystic Ranger, and more than just a mentor, she is the moral foundation of the group. With her deep ties to the great battle of the past, she represents both protective magic and maternal strength. And finally, Leanbow, a figure as tragic as he is heroic, begins the story as Kurag, a dark knight under the Master's control. When his true identity is revealed, he redeems himself and takes on the mantle of the Wolf Warrior, reuniting with Udana and his son Nick in one of the season's most emotional storylines. The ultimate highlight comes in the series finale, Episode 32, the only time all 8 Rangers appear fully morphed and united in battle. The climactic fight against the Master of Darkness is as epic as it is symbolic, blending the powers of both the new generation and the legendary warriors who came before them. It's in this moment that Mystic Force shines brightest, showcasing a team that embodies unity, legacy, and the unshakable belief that magic and courage can overcome even the darkest of evils.
Power Rangers Jungle Fury. Power Rangers Jungle Fury premiered in 2008, bringing a fresh mix of martial arts and animal mysticism to the franchise. The story revolves around Pai Shuk, the Order of the Claw, which for generations has protected a seal that imprisons an ancient evil. When that seal is broken, an ancestral spirit called Dai Shi, a dragon-like force with a deep hatred for humans, returns, using bodies and minions to try to take over the world. The season follows 3 young recruits chosen by the Pai Shuk Masters, their training, the team's internal conflicts, and the escalation to what's called the Beast War. Throughout the season, action, comedy, and heavier dramatic moments are all balanced seamlessly. Casey, the Red Ranger, an embodiment of the tiger spirit, starts as the rookie of the group. Honest, determined, and full of heart, he is chosen to help guard the seal that holds Dai Shi. Over time, Casey grows into his leadership role, and his red suit perfectly reflects his courage and the fierce, protective spirit of the tiger. Lily, the Yellow Ranger, brings energy and impulsiveness to the team. With the agility and speed of a cheetah, she adds both lightness and attitude, but she also faces personal dilemmas as the battle with the beasts intensifies. Her interactions with the rest of the team highlight the human side of the series. Theo, the Blue Ranger, is the brains of the initial trio. Focused, disciplined, and occasionally proud, he embodies the stealth and precision of the Jaguar. Over the course of the season, he learns to work with others and navigate his own emotions, growing as both a fighter and a teammate. RJ, the Wolf Ranger, starts off as the group's informal mentor. Owner of the Jungle Karma restaurant and a master of wolf-style martial arts, he transitions from guide to active warrior when he morphs into the Wolf Ranger. His wolf suit symbolizes wisdom, protection, and a calm, experienced presence, providing balance and guidance to the younger Rangers. Dominic, the Rhino Ranger, has a history with Pai Shuk that forces him to leave and find his own path. Upon returning, he proves himself worthy of joining the team. His fighting style is direct and powerful, and the white-gray rhinoceros suit reflects the resilience and physical strength he brings to every battle. Throughout the season, 3 additional members appear as the Spirit Rangers: Shark, Bat, and Elephant. Unlike the human Rangers, these are manifestations of animal spirits originating from the Pai Shuk Masters. They are not initially human morphers, but spiritual allies who can be summoned in combat, sometimes by the Masters, sometimes by the Rangers themselves. Each Spirit Ranger contributes a unique style. The Shark adds cutting power and aggression, the Bat provides aerial agility and maneuverability, and the Elephant delivers unstoppable force and ground-shaking charges. These Spirit Rangers are a key reason why the team grows to a total of 8 members during the war against Dai Shi. The full team finally comes together in the season's final episodes, culminating in episode 32, now the Final Fury. This finale concludes the Beast War arc and serves as the ultimate showdown of the season. Dai Shi escalates his attacks,
reactivating warriors and creating a crisis that forces the Masters, the Spirit Rangers, and the Young Rangers to fight together without hesitation. It's in this final battle that the full team shines, showcasing unity, strategy, and the combined strength of human courage and mystical power.
Power Rangers SPD premiered in 2005 and is set in a near future where humanity is part of an interplanetary police force called Space Patrol Delta, or SPD. The story follows the B Squad, a group of cadets who were thrown into real field duty when forces from the Trubian Empire, led by Emperor Grum, attack Earth. The season blends police action, science fiction, and human drama in a way that makes it stand out from other seasons. In this discussion, we focus on the 9 active members who appear throughout the season as Rangers, morphing and fighting alongside the team. Jack, the SPD Red Ranger, starts as the most visible face of B Squad, headstrong when needed, with a strong sense of justice and plenty of attitude. His red suit symbolizes leadership and courage, and over the course of the season, he grows into his role as commander, even stepping away from the front lines at times, a classic leader's arc. Sky, the SPD Blue Ranger, is the calm and dependable officer of the team, with a strong moral code. He remains Blue Ranger for most of the season, and later assumes additional leadership duties when situations demand it. The blue of his suit reflects his centered, professional nature. Bridge, the SPD Green Ranger, is the team's technical brain. A natural mechanic, hacker, and inventor, his initial insecurities give way to confidence as he proves that both strategy and courage can save the day. The green suit matches his supportive and inventive role. Elizabeth Z. Delgado, the Yellow Ranger, brings both energy and fierceness. Raised in tough streets, she balances care with a fiery temper, and her yellow suit reflects her speed and vitality. Sid, the Pink Ranger, serves as the human heart of the team. Her emotional depth and growth are mirrored in the pink of her suit, symbolizing both vulnerability and resolve in the field. Doggy Kruger, the Shadow Ranger, is a veteran of SPD, carrying the responsibility of training and guiding the cadets. In critical moments, he morphs to fight alongside the team, combining experience, honor, and tactical skill. Sam, the Omega Ranger, comes from the future, 2040, and serves as a key reinforcement. Equipped with advanced technology and knowledge, he acts as both mentor and elite sharpshooter in decisive battles. His silver suit and Omega tech reflect his futuristic origin. Cat Megs becomes the Cat Ranger in a special episode, using a disposable morpher. Though a one-time transformation, it highlights the innovative tech of SPD and how it allows new heroes to join the fight. Finally, the Nova Ranger also comes from the future, 2040, to assist in the climactic battle against Grum, appearing at critical moments and emphasizing that the SPD conflict stretches across time. Although some sources claim the SPD team has 16 members, we don't count A Squad, the Orange Ranger Boom, or Officer Tate. A Squad, while appearing morphed and dressed as Rangers, becomes corrupted and joins Grum in the final act, turning into antagonists rather than defenders. Boom's Orange Ranger is a recurring dream or fantasy, never an official or permanent Ranger. Officer Tate, a Ranger from past missions connected to the Tate family, died before the events of the series, and therefore does not participate in the team's battles against Grum. By focusing on the 9 Rangers who actually morph, fight, and contribute to saving the day, we stay true to the narrative. Excluding A Squad, Boom's fantasy, and Officer Tate reflects the story accurately. The first turned villain, the second was never real, and the third had already passed away before the events of the series.
Power Rangers Dino Charge. Quick note before we dive in. Out of all 30 seasons of the franchise, Dino Charge holds the record for the largest number of Rangers in a single regular lineup. Power Rangers Dino Charge premiered in 2015, with a second season, Dino Supercharge, following in 2016. The story blends adventure, science, and mythology. Millions of years ago, a guardian named the Keeper entrusted 10 powerful stones, the Energems, to dinosaurs to keep them out of the hands of intergalactic thieves. In the present day, Sledge, a galactic bounty hunter, returns to collect the Energems and make himself nearly invincible. It falls to a group of people connected to the Energems to find them first. The season mixes action, humor, and some dramatic story arcs. Tyler, The Red Ranger is the charismatic and brave leader. A young museum employee, he not only leads the team in the field, but also carries a personal journey: the search for his missing father. His red suit reflects leadership, bold, aggressive, and always ready to act. Tyler grows throughout the series, evolving from impulsive to someone who always puts the team first. Coda, the Blue Ranger, is a caveman who was frozen and awakens in modern times. His innocence in the contemporary world creates both comedic moments and displays of pure heroism. As Blue Ranger, he brings brute strength, honor, and a simple, endearing personality. A fun detail: Coda often communicates with gestures and short phrases, which contrasts humorously with all the surrounding technology. Chase, the Black Ranger, is the laid-back badass of the team. A surfer and digger with attitude, he's also loyal and capable of leading when Tyler can't. His black suit fits his role as second in command and ranged combat specialist. Shelby, the Pink Ranger, is the tomboyish intellectual of the museum team. She knows dinosaurs inside and out and refuses to be pigeonholed. Her pink suit represents courage and determination, and her story includes a subtle romantic subplot connecting her to Tyler. Riley, the Green Ranger, is the youngest of the initial core team. Intelligent, skilled with a sword, and quietly just. His green suit reflects his journey from intern/researcher to a member who takes on tactical and emotional responsibility when the team needs him most. Sir Ivan, the Gold Ranger, comes from a medieval past, a knight imprisoned by enemies who, once freed, joins the Rangers. His presence brings the old code of honor to the team, providing a striking contrast to the modern young heroes. The gold suit embodies nobility and classic warrior attacks. Prince Philip III, the Graphite Ranger, is the modern heir of Xandar. Determined to prove himself, he discovers the Graphite Energem. His arc is about learning practical courage, transforming from a public figure into a fighter. The Graphite Ranger's combat style mixes lance techniques with royal-inspired attacks, reflecting his origins. The Purple Ranger has two iterations. Albert Smith is the first chosen by the Purple Energem, a kind-hearted, Bigfoot hunting type, but he realizes fighting isn't for him and passes the Energem along. Kendall Morgan, a museum scientist who already assists the Rangers with tech and research, becomes the permanent Purple Ranger after the Energem chooses her in a moment of bravery. This temporary morpher, replacement by someone from the core team, is a fun example of how the show uses power transfers narratively. Zenowing, the Silver Ranger, comes from another line of Guardians connected to the Keeper's past. Older and wiser, he bonds with the Silver Energem, combining magic and technology linked to the Keeper's secrets. He serves as a bridge between ancient mysteries and the modern team. Finally, James Navarro, the Aqua Ranger, is revealed to be Tyler's long-lost father. Preserved by the power of an Energem, his return adds emotional weight to the team, while bringing experience and wisdom to an already large roster. The full team finally comes together in episode 22 of Dino Supercharge, fighting side by side. It's an incredibly exciting moment to see so many Rangers from the same team working together. Although the scene showing them all together is brief, it's still amazing to witness. And that wraps up our video. The largest Power Rangers team ever assembled consists of 10 members.